dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for joining us on this very late edition of Mountain News. Former war hero and U.S. Senator Bob Dole has died at the age of 98. Dole had been battling lung cancer. Nicole Killian has more on his remarkable life and legacy in American politics.
In the prime of his life, Bob Dole was one of America's most well-known Republican politicians, a World War II hero who wanted to become president. In a life filled with adversities, political and personal, Dole often turned to humor, even in the face of a government shutdown.
You ought to close this down, open up the zoo. But if you can't get into the zoo, this may be the next best choice.
Robert Joseph Dole was born in Russell, Kansas in 1923. His family was hit hard by the Depression. To save their home, Dole's father moved everyone into the basement, renting out the upper floors. Dole embodied the greatest generation, a combat veteran who was wounded just before the end of war, his right arm paralyzed. The injury and 4-year recuperation dashed his dreams of becoming a doctor, so he went to law school, which led to politics. Dole was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1960 and 8 years later to the Senate.
I've just listened to the President of the United States, and I must say, I don't know who gives him advice, but I don't think he's telling the American people the truth.
After 2 failed bids to become the GOP presidential nominee, Dole left the Senate in 1996 for one final push.
And my time to leave this office has come. And I will seek the presidency with nothing to fall back on but the judgment of the people, and nowhere to go but the White House or home.
He won the Republican nomination, but lost the election in a landslide to Bill Clinton. After his defeat, Dole became a fixture on late-night TV and even a Viagra pitchman. He returned to Washington when his wife Elizabeth was elected to the U.S. Senate from North Carolina. He never stopped fighting for his causes, championing humanitarian issues and winning the World Food Prize in 2008 for combating hunger. His one-time political rival awarded him the nation's highest civilian honor. And in 2018, Dole's former colleagues gave him their highest recognition, the Congressional Gold Medal. Later that year, Dole paid tribute to President George H.W. Bush, one American patriot to another. Nicole Killian, CBS News.
Well, police say no charges will be filed after a crash in Floyd County. Now, we told you about that crash last night. It happened around 8 o'clock on Kentucky 1428 near the Speedway. Prestonsburg police say Casey Jones was driving on North Lake Drive near KFC when Mary Logan walked out in front of Jones. Logan was flown to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Virginia. Police say Logan was conscious and alert on her way to the hospital. Police do not suspect foul play.
Several weather stories to keep track of on this Sunday night, the first of which showers beginning to move into the mountains in some spots and perhaps a chance for some thunderstorms as we head toward our Monday morning. Cameras out there right now from the University of Virginia at Wise. You see, we've been dry there in Wise throughout the day, but those low clouds still with us. I-75 at Mount Vernon. Seeing a little bit of rainfall on that roadway there. Highs today got up into the middle and upper 60s throughout much of the area. Well above normal yet again out there. And even at this hour, this late hour, nearly midnight, we are still near 60 and above 60 degrees. Winds out of the south ahead of that front, bringing up warm and moist air. Wind gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour. So it's a breezy night, and we're watching storms getting going across parts of the Mississippi Valley right now, southeast Missouri into southern parts of Illinois, and near the Paducah area as well. A tornado watch out in West Kentucky. I don't think that's a big threat for us, but we're still going to be keeping an eye on it. 55 overnight, and I think we rise during the overnight hours as well. I'll have the latest on those storms and further rain chances in the next 7 days coming up in just a few minutes. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Well, the Kentucky Wildcats, after finishing the season with the win, have learned where their season will end. Our Courtney Lane Brewer joins us now with more. Courtney.
Thanks, Dakota. Well, it's official. BBN will welcome in the new year in Orlando. The Cats will return to the Verbo Citrus Bowl, taking on the number 15 Iowa Hawkeyes. These two teams have never met, but there is some familiarity. Mark Stoops played at Iowa in the late 80s under Hayden Fry. I'll have more on this matchup coming up in sports, but for now, Dakota, back to you.
All right, Courtney, thank you very much. Well, 1 in 8 U.S. women will develop invasive breast cancer during their lifetime. And to combat this, the Hazard ARH Breast Center is offering after-hours mammograms for their Mams Day Out event taking place tomorrow from 5 to 8 p.m. This event caters to those with no medical insurance, low insurance, or those who have difficulty getting mammograms during regular hours.
Just about anyone that you talk to has a family member or friend who they have lost from breast cancer. So anything we can do to promote screening is definitely a win.
Well, in order to receive a screening at the Mams Day Out event, you must have a referral from your primary physician. Well, for the second year in a row, the city of Corbin has brought back its ice skating rink. Our Chaz Jenkins has more from downtown.
A Corbin favorite, coming back to the downtown area.
It's so fun. It's almost like a little Hallmark, experience right here in our local community.
Bringing a unique holiday activity to the area.
Our first year, we actually just did it for one day during the Christmas open house, but we had such a tremendous response that we knew it was something we were going to have to bring back for longer term.
With leaders expecting 3,000 to 4,000 people to come out and skate.
So I think it's very important for them to come out, maybe to have some family time, and it's not expensive, it's fun, and it's local, so support our local community.
Saving those in the community travel time.
Right, it definitely does give them an experience closer to home, because we have a lot of children here that probably wouldn't get the experience if it wasn't in our local community.
Just another example of getting people into the city's downtown.
We've implemented a bunch of different things to get people into the city for photo opportunities, family time, and just Christmas cheer.
Doing figure eights in downtown Corbin. Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, how fun is that? Mount Holland says the rink is open from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. until December 11th. Well, after having to cancel last year due to the pandemic, the Hazard Perry County Women's Club Tour of Homes will be taking place from 1 to 5 p.m. next Sunday. People are encouraged to begin the tour at the art station, where there will be a silent auction, door prizes, and refreshments. After the auction, guests are invited to tour 4 uniquely decorated homes within the community.
One of my fondest memories of Christmas is always going on the Women's Club Christmas Tour of Homes with my mom. So that was something we always did. And I can remember being young and going to all these beautiful homes that were just fabulously decorated and thinking, like, I cannot wait to put my home on the tour one day whenever I'm an adult.
Now, tickets for the tour of homes are $15, and you can contact the Hazard Perry County Women's Club to purchase them. All the proceeds from the ticket sales and the silent auction will help support families in need this Christmas. City leaders in Corbin are prepping for a yearly tradition. One of the many foodie weeks the city hosts, Finger Lickin' Chicken Week, gives local restaurants a chance to prepare a $6 chicken dish. Corbin Tourism Director Maggie Monholland says it all plays a part in their main goal of shopping and eating local.
It's a great opportunity for families to get together or friends to get together in camaraderie and fellowship to enjoy the taste of Corbin and something a little different and to celebrate one of our foodie weeks.
Now, Monholland says they should have a list of participating restaurants in the coming weeks. She adds they typically have 12 to 15 join in, and it all kicks off January 17th. If you're doing some holiday shopping, you might want to consider shipping deadlines this holiday season. Danielle Jackson from our new sister station in Nashville explains why.
The time is now to get those holiday packages out.
I realize I've got to take some time right now and this weekend and get it figured out and get some things shipped that I'm going to ship.
Whether you're making a list or checking it twice, shipping off those holiday gifts earlier than normal would help this year.
Everything's backed up. I've ordered some stuff for people, but it said that USPS was backed up for the holidays, so I figured I'd go a little bit early.
Experts say you can still receive your packages late even if you meet FedEx, UPS, and U.S. Postal deadlines due to supply chain shortages we've experienced because of the pandemic. Inside of Postal Annex in Antioch, the owner, Kevin Sykes, recommends customers to send their packages off by December 10th, even though the U.S. Postal deadline is December 15th to beat the rush.
The main deadline is, I say, the 14th or the 15th, but it's expected delivery date before Christmas. So that's why I say before the 15th, so you won't get any hiccups, you know, if something does get delayed or anything like that.
Outside of packages, one Antioch resident says the holidays are deeper than what's inside the box.
I want everybody to have a merry and peaceful Christmas and really look into themselves and what it's all about, you know.
In Antioch, I'm Danielle Jackson, News 4 Nashville.
We'll still head here at 11 as the Omicron variant spreads to more states. The CDC is considering an Omicron-specific vaccine.
And we've got temperatures up, down, and all around during the next 7 days. I'll break everything down along with those storm chances coming up.